Now, this idea of tolerance is relatively new, and it has to do, it originates in France, as many bad things over the last 2 centuries. This idea of tolerance simply means stop Christians killing each other. It's a natural consequence of this false religion called Christianity to divide itself endlessly into smaller and smaller parts, simply because lies, they tend to prove themselves wrong, so they try to patch them up with further lies. So it's natural for Christians to divide themselves into smaller and smaller sects. And the result of this was several dramatic wars in France, which at one point in their history were tilting to become a Protestant country. So that at the end of the day they became Catholics just by pure political intrigue, and not without massive killings that took place in France, and well-known historical episodes. Is within this contextual reality that tolerance was taken. And then this idea was later on transformed and adopted by Freemasons. One thing that most people expect when you speak about Freemasonry, because of the conspiracy theory that only serves to cover up the realities, is that they are all atheists and bad people, and they are secular by nature. No, that's not how they present themselves. They present themselves as Muslims, and they defend Islam. And they present themselves as Christians, and they defend Christianity. And according to them, they can present themselves as Buddhists, and of Buddhism. Because for them, this exterior aspect of religion, what they see as exoteric with an X, is the matter to do with culture and history. So therefore, it depends on, if you are Malay, so it's natural that, or Arab, that you become a Muslim, because it's the cultural reality. You know, speaking about it in the same way that, you know, somebody will wear a sarong. It's natural, you are Muslim, so you go and do the Friday things. If you are in Israel, then you must be Jew, and if you come from France, then you should go to church like everybody else. Because what is important for them is this esoteric part of the religion that they define in the most ludicrous manner, creating in itself another religion. The idea is that religion, as in esoteric form, the religion of that you choose, is not important to become a Freemason. So you can belong to a religion, as long as you believe in something which relates to God. They call it the great architect of the universe, which is hilarious once again, like many things in Freemasonry. Is simply a symbolism that represents whatever they like it to be, and it simply is encompassing the principle of God. Therefore, it's total kufr, nothing to do with Allah. It's completely outrageous, unbelievable, and unacceptable. No Muslim who subscribes to this idea can be called a Muslim. This is kufr in itself, just by the way that they have to ascribe to this great architect of the universe. And consequently, and this is the beginning of understanding what's happening here, you can be of any religion and you can be a Freemason. So do not be mistaken by somebody saying Alhamdulillah and Bismillah and Islam is great and this and the other. He can perfectly be a Freemason by heart. And the way we find out is by the things they say. Except when explicitly documents have been proven that, and some people have disclosed the belonging to particular organizations. That's why we, for example, we know that George Washington was a Freemason. We know that because the documents are there and they display it quite openly. In this region, of the world, the largest center of Freemasons is Philippines, especially after the American invasion. They completely flooded the city. You go to a city like Zamboanga, which is the heart of the Muslim land, and as you come out of the airport, you are greeted by an enormous G. An enormous G, which is a symbol of the great architect of the universe, with the compass and the square. Just as you enter, the first thing, you come out of the airport, boom, and you say, "Welcome to the brothers." The day will come where these things are put in its place. And it's a country like Philippines is unbelievable, unbelievable. The amount of, I've never seen it anywhere else, where the Freemasons display their own power, and most of the political structure is controlled by them. If you want to see how it operates in the worst possible scenario, you have to go to Philippines and see how it works. In order to attain political position, or they like the police, they like the judges, they like the legislators. Because they know if they control that, then consequently the businesses that they're critical to them, political parties and media. But this system of control of you put there, you go there, you go to this company, you go into the other, and then they help each other. This is all, if you want to see it operating, you go to Philippines and you see it. And they have some organizations that they are Freemasonic, like for example the Rotary Club is one of the most famous ones, and the headquarters of Freemasonry in Southeast Asia is Manila, the Rotary Club of Manila. This is the recruiting ground, and they support each other, they help each other. When somebody is in trouble, then they call each other, and immediately the support comes in. The first place where the wife of Anwar Ibrahim went to when he was put in place, the first place where she was admitted to give an international speech, was the International Rotary Club in Manila. That says it all. Definitely, I will never be supported in the International Rotary Club, and no Muslim will. When you hear, if the Pope, for example, says, this Muslim is a great Muslim and we are going to honor him with the cross of St. George, you cannot go around saying this is a great honor. You must have done something terribly wrong. If the Queen of England says you are Sir, you've done something terribly wrong. If the IMF says that you are a great company and what you're doing is great, you have done something terribly wrong. When the kuffar are honoring you in this manner, you have to know that something is terribly wrong. Now, this is only to illustrate, just to give you an idea of the political ideas that goes around Freemasonry, what they've done and what they have achieved. Achievement, the creation, the organization of the world in form of constitutional systems. That means maintains the control through capitalism of every individual, to the point of reaching to the pockets of every person with paper money. At that point, they are in total control. Any illusion of freedom within this system is merely fantasy of advertising. Okay? Freemasonry is very good at promoting themselves silently, and to create scandals that they themselves originate, where they exaggerate the facts, disinformation. They say things about themselves that they are so untrue that they say it's ridiculous. So this is how they work themselves out of trouble. They've done it many times. So it is important that we understand what the facts are, and take all the rhetoric of they worship Satan and this and that. Some people do, but not everybody. This is not what is fundamental. What is fundamental, politically speaking, is the creation of constitutions, and from a spiritual point of view, the idea of tolerance. Now, what I wanted to speak about is Freemasonry and spirituality, and what is done to Tasawwuf. And then we will go into what is done to Islam in respect to the creation of the first early modernist movement.